It's the weekend rip.
Oh my God!
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Is it okay to put chapstick on? I'm dry as a mother.
Oh man, put it on. You better give me a big peck on the cheek if you do that, my boy, my guy. Oh,
This
Jim,
is-
can we make that just a wee bit bigger, please?
This is not a Burt's Bees sponsorship.
Yeah, no, they gotta pay up. Burt's Bees, if you're out there watching, Bert, I don't know if you're alive or not, but pay up, bitch.
Apparently they like sold off the Clorox or something
Probably.
anyway. They're
I
doing
mean,
fine.
yeah.
They're doing fine. Bert, I hope you're happy.
I'm a chapstick boy myself. Welcome back, folks. It's been God, it's been a weird week, huh?
Wait, should we hit him with the Boston show real quick?
Oh yeah, we hit him with the go ahead, hit him with the Boston.
Well, I
show.
don't think we've ever promoted it on here, but if you're a regular fan of ours, you already know we're doing a show in Boston. We just got word we're about 95% sold out on that show.
Yeah.
If I was on Instagram right now, I'd be smashing the alert emoji. So yeah, if you want to come join us, that's February 6th
Yeah, and
at the Armory.
if you're new here, my name is Jim Cramer. With me, as always, is my esteemed co-host Warren Buffett. He looks a little different. That was fucking stupid.
No, it's all right.
I am Jim Cramer though. I'm better than him.
I am
what
Jim
I
Cr-
say happens.
Did you see him just pumping Palantir?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that means that it's all
It's all
for
over, which is
Palantir.
good.
Yeah, which is good. But no, folks, my name is Ben. That's Emil. We make the best show in the entire FinTwit community. Everybody else out there sucks. I myself am probably the best trader you've ever seen. I'm really, really good at it, and I've been doing it for a long time. And I'm worth about a little over $1 billion these days. And
You want to be careful. You see what happened to those French Bitcoin guys?
yeah, they got kidnapped, right?
Yeah, and
I'd
they-
like to see some French motherfucker try to kidnap me.
they
all
cut the
right?
finger off.
Ah,
and
no, I'd kick and scream.
the only good thing is you don't have a wife. They took his wife too.
Yeah, good thing I don't have a wife. You're right.
'Cause
Thank
they,
God.
They take her.
Well, because yeah, I would just say take my wife. Anything but my Bitcoin.
You got to be careful about. You don't want to pump too much about your
My
financial
billions of
situation.
dollars?
Yeah.
The French are weak, so if
Well,
you're
they got
French
that
out
guy.
there, what are you gonna do about it?
I welcome any French to try to kidnap him.
Yeah, just see what happens. I'm huge, also. Not only am I a billionaire, but I'm like 6
They don't
foot.
make him like this in
They don't
France.
make them like me anymore. I'm telling you, man.
He's bigger
Ah.
than Wembayama,
Who the hell is Wimbayana?
that giant French basketball player.
Oh, the real skinny guy?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I'm bigger
He's
than that
all
guy.
arms and legs.
All right, so we are live on StockTwits X YouTube. You can join the chat by going to StockTwits on YouTube. And today's show is once again presented by SUI. I know all you SUI heads out there on Twitter are absolutely
Going
nuts.
crazy.
God,
You guys, I
going-
can't even check my Twitter. It's
Yeah.
full of notifications.
Guys, chill out.
you
out
guys
there.
heard the Sweet Caroline song, didn't you?
Yeah, sweet Caroline. Pump, pump, pump. Pump those meme coins that you've got.
That's pretty good.
Thank you very much. We're very thrilled to have their co-founder and chief product officer joining us later in the show. That should be really good. We're gonna grill him, and he's gonna explain to us everything, because we are, even though we're very smart and worth lots and lots of money, we are at the end of the day a couple of total morons. See what I did there?
I did.
Yeah. All right. Boy, yeah, what a time to be building a company in the crypto space. It's just every day there's something new. So we're excited to hear his thoughts on what's taken place over the last week, because a lot of shit's gone down and it's crazy. But so let's get right into it, folks, shall
Lots
we?
of sheets going down.
The Qs, man, the Qs, the triple Qs. They were down on the day, but up on the week. A little over 1.2%. SPY's up 1.85%. Bitcoin up 3.77%. And as always, we are omitting the Dow Jones because it's for your grandpa, and your grandpa is dead.
And we killed him.
And we killed him, and we don't care. It died with Charlie Munger, and even though Charlie, we got to get like a portrait of Charlie Munger.
I would love one.
Yeah.
Nice little
just to watch over us.
patron saint of hey Eddie.
Hey, that guy, man, he was dead for 10 years.
If
before
he
died.
if he was still alive, we would have let him design the studio, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he passed.
That's a little bit of inside baseball there, because
They know about the Santa Barbara dormitory.
the Charlie Munger, is it because was he married? I get the feeling, I get the impression that he hadn't fucked in like 20 years.
No, he was fucking actually quite a bit.
Warren Buffett, there's no way that guy has.
No,
sex.
they fuck each other. I think
It's the well, they don't anymore. Oh, Babu, man. Oh, so we got the inauguration that happened. Feels like it was a month ago, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it was.
I already
month
saw
ago.
some Tennessee lawmaker introduce some kind of thing to make it so Trump could serve a third term.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
We love it here. We like it here. We're
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah, no, let's do it a third time. Yeah, that was chaotic. Barron Trump got a shout out. Everybody's having fun making him bigger and bigger.
I do.
Twitter.
Yeah, I like the ones that are him huge,
Yeah,
peering behind the White House.
it's not gonna be so fun when he ends up like running for Senate or something.
Oh, I mean, he's bypassing all that. He'll be supreme ruler when Daddy dies.
Yeah, they're calling him Lisan Al Gaib,
Yeah.
like Dune, and it's fun. It transcends political parties.
I'm worried
Everybody loves Barron Trump.
Donald Jr. and Eric are gonna kill him because he's
Ooh.
really Daddy's little boy.
He really is Daddy's little boy. Well, because he's not a shithead and he's not old enough to be doing cocaine yet. He is, but he probably isn't.
You know, someone reposted that. We're gonna get too caught up in it.
No,
but
it's okay.
someone reposted that it was some guy who saw him like outside of his school because he's only 18. So this was like
Yeah.
a few years ago when he was at whatever high school he went to in
Sure.
Manhattan, I guess. And he was just screaming and like hauling off on his nanny and stuff.
Barron Trump was?
Yeah.
No
It's-
way.
that's
Him? Barron Trump?
I gotta find the
Son of billionaire
do you-
president of the United States,
you remember
Donald
the
Trump
thread
was
that-
screaming at his
Yeah.
nanny? No. I can't imagine that.
He'll chill out.
He seems like a well-adjusted, nice, normal young man. Yeah, oh yeah, him waiting for the applause. I still can't fucking you cannot look me in the face and tell me that little fucker did not tell all his little fucker friends about Trump coin before it launched and they all made millions of
Oh,
dollars.
definitely.
I mean, you saw the shit-eating grin on his face.
Mm.
He's like, "Yeah, fuckers, I did it. I made the."
That's what the best video is, the one of him right next to Elon, and Elon's freaking out like a little kid, like, and he's just kind of sitting there all
Yeah.
calm.
God bless and God protect Barron Trump. I winked. See that?
That was nice.
Yeah. The big thing this week was Project Stargate. And depending on who you ask, it's either like the greatest thing in the world or it's a ton of bullshit. Sam Altman, you know, I don't know if I can make this joke because he is gay, but he definitely got on his knees for. Fuck, why did I say that?
Did you see it?
He tweeted, watching POTUS more carefully recently has really changed my perspective on him. I wish I had done more of my own thinking and definitely fell into the NPC trap.
The
I'm
NPC
Oh,
comments.
dude, the NPC thing, way to dehumanize your fellow people,
Yeah.
guys. You know, just because someone's walking around with headphones in doesn't mean they're a robot. And then he followed up with, wait, what is the rest of what he said?
Scroll back up.
I'm not going to agree with him on everything, but I think he will be incredible for the country in many ways. Yeah, because you're about to get a massive influx in backing from the United States
Yeah, like
government.
half
to
a
build
trillion
your-
bucks.
Meanwhile, China's over there. I don't know. Did you see what they've been
Deep
talking
Sea,
about?
dude.
Yeah.
I've been all over Deep Sea.
It's way cheaper.
It's like it cost them like $5.5 million to make or something
Yeah.
like that. We look
Explain
so
that, Sam
stupid.
Altman. Dipshit.
Have you used it?
No, I haven't used it.
It's,
I barely use Open ChatGPT.
I really only have experience with ChatGPT and Perplexity, and I'm not skilled enough to know any real difference. Which I've talked about. The only real thing I like about Perplexity is that it does cite its sources, so it's you can ask it something if you're like, I don't know about this. You can like see where it pulled the information from,
Ooh,
which
nice.
is quite nice. But playing around on Deep Sea, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much not.
Is it
like,
in Chinese?
No, I wish.
But it's available for Americans to use?
Yeah, you can use it just like any.
Ban it.
I got
Ban
it. I already got it right here on my phone. I can
Ban it.
ask it anything you want.
Open Sea? Who
No, Deep Sea.
Deep Sea, excuse me.
Deep Seek.
Deep Seek.
I'm sorry.
Fuck,
Deep
fuck.
Seek. Deep Seek.
DeepSeek. That's pretty good. Well, anyway, so Project Stargate.
And apparently they got this new model that's going to come out. That's going to
Is
like.
she hot?
Well, yes.
Oh, right on. Hell yeah. Okay, so it's going to be a $500 billion. It's everybody's chipping in basically. It's this investment from SoftBank, Masayoshi Son at SoftBank, Oracle, ARM, Nvidia, Microsoft, and of course because Elon Musk is a petty little bitch. Yeah, I said it. If you're out there and you're a fan of his, Get your head examined.
Seriously.
Seriously, like the jig is up. What else is there? Yeah, he built the rocket. He built the electric car. Get off of it already. He's not gonna suck. He's not gonna fuck you. He's not gonna give you any money. He doesn't know that you exist. Let's see. But
My all-time favorite guy still that guy who was like,
sir, I'll suck you
yeah.
off.
If you need to be serviced, I'll suck your cock.
Yeah. Yeah. Elon Musk said in response to this whole $500 billion, he said they don't actually have the money. SoftBank has well under $10 billion secured. I have that on good authority. And Sam Altman replied, wrong, as you surely know. And then he went on to say, want to come visit the first site already underway? This is great for the country. I realize what is great for the country isn't always what's optimal for your companies. Ooh. But in your new role, I hope you'll mostly put America first. Yeah, I highly fucking doubt that, Sam. But, wishful thinking.
I have to imagine Trump loves being like daddy to all these little oligarchs who are begging for money and stuff. And he just gets to watch them fight.
I mean, you remember what he said?
Daddy likes me best.
Remember what he said about Elon? When was that? Last year or a few years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
before Elon joined, he was basically like, I made Elon come in and bend the knee.
Yeah, he'd get on his knees or whatever the hell he said. And then the Saudis, our good friends over in Saudi Arabia, pledged $600 billion for investments in the United States. And Trump was like, why not make it $1 trillion? But the joke's on us because they probably don't have that much money, like liquid right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for them to come up
It's going to be, I mean, they're building those super cities.
Which are
the
like,
line thing.
aren't they all in like disarray now?
Yeah, there's that. They got the World Cup coming up in like 10 years. That takes a lot of time.
They bought into
You gotta find slaves.
golf, tennis,
Yeah.
soccer.
They've got Expo 2030 coming up. Big Expo. We should go.
I don't even know about Expo.
We should go to Expo 2030.
Is it in 2030?
Guess.
No.
Take a wild guess
Yeah.
of what year. No, it's 2028. Sorry about him, folks.
Expo 30 is in
2030.
Is in 2028?
No, it's in 2030.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we'll make plans 5 years in advance. We'll go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, we'll go.
We'll go.
So yeah,
I hadn't
they've
even
got
heard
that.
about that one.
And then Trump was actually asking, I mean, we'll get to it, but there's a clip of him saying, I want the Saudis to lower the price of oil and shit. Oh, boy. Then we also had Nancy Pelosi's trades were updated. I should say Paul Pelosi, excuse me, even though they definitely don't talk to each other about what's going on when they're sucking and fucking each other at night.
Apparently,
I believe her.
Apparently, they don't, because isn't that why he's always getting that guy with the hammer to come over?
My guy, bring a firearm. What are you doing bringing a gun, a hammer over to Paul Pelosi?
I don't think it. I think it was sexual in nature.
That he wanted to fuck Paul. No way.
The hammer guy?
Yeah.
It was consensual.
Interesting.
We're not getting the full story.
Well, naturally, I didn't buy this one last week. It was on my list, and I didn't buy it. And then it comes out that that Nancy Pelosi's taking a position in it, and it immediately went up because she's the new Warren Buffett. When Pelosi takes a position, everybody dogpiles into the shit, and it went up. So fuck me. Also, good for her because she's already up over 100% on her options on this.
I'm happy for her.
I'm very happy for her too. She deserves it. She's been good. You saw her with the walker.
Yeah, she's in the twilight of her life. Let her live it up.
Yeah. I still just, what the fuck's the matter with these people, man? They're in their 80s. And Paul Pelosi, retire, bitch. Retire. What are you doing? Still buying options and shit. God damn. It's just a mockery to the American people.
He's a hustler.
That they're still doing this. It's like we know there's even an ETF that tracks Nancy Pelosi's trades, and they have the gall to just keep rubbing it in our face. Just here, take the shit and rub it in your face.
You're a hater.
I'm gonna eat the shit because there's nothing else I can do.
And you like the taste of shit.
I like the taste of shit. So what? But I digress. Whatever. You know what else I missed out on, man? I had a ton of it in my IRA, a Roth, by the way, a Roth IRA. I had Rocket Lab, and I had RDW, and because sure enough, in Trump's here, go back to the outline. Let's look at that. That fucking Rocket Lab, man. Yeah, see, you remember how Trump said we're gonna put a guy on Mars and plant the American flag on it?
Yeah.
It made all these space stocks take off, and rightfully
Wow,
so.
nice.
I mean,
Space stocks take off.
that's pretty good. They launched. Well, I'm so pissed off. I mean, I had thousands of shares of this thing in my IRA, and I sold most of them, because I feel like it was getting ahead of itself, you know. And
Did you just not cut out for the chaos economy?
and then RDW, which I believe they supply, they make supplies for these space companies. Redwire Corporation. Yeah, look at that candle on Tuesday. Just absolutely fucking popped on huge volume too. So, you know, as a lot of people say on FinTwit, that's a candle I want on my birthday cake.
I like that.
So I'm going to be watching those and probably looking to buy them on dips if the Fed plays ball next week, which I'm curious to see if they'll do, because Trump has also made it clear that he wants interest rates to go down. In fact, let's pull that up. Let's pull that clip
But Jay
up.
Powell's his own man.
He is his own
Never
man.
forget that.
He is his own man. Right there, Trump demands interest rates under stocks, please. Both of those. The first one. Let's do the first one. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is him at doing like a Skyping in from Davos or something, or to Davos.
Going to ask Saudi Arabia, and
Whoa.
I'm also going to ask Saudi Arabia and OPEC to bring down the cost of oil. You got to bring it down, which frankly, I'm surprised they didn't do before the election. That didn't show a lot of love. With oil prices going down, I'll demand that interest rates drop immediately, and likewise, they should be dropping all over the world. Interest rates should follow us.
I mean, it is pretty wild that's what, and let's play the second clip too. Speaking of interest rates, this is him in the Oval Office. Go ahead. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties, folks. Uh-oh. What's going on? Is it frozen?
The interest rates will come down.
You said that you would demand that the interest rates come down.
Well, I would
Do you expect
I
the
would put
Fed-
in a strong statement.
Do you expect the Fed to listen to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to you?
Yeah.
Now that's fucking bananas. So, I mean, obviously he knows interest rates low, numbers go up, stocks go up. Typically, he just wants to. I mean, I'm kind of surprised with the markets already at all-time highs. He's just fucking pedal to the metal with this investment stuff or the AI thing, and then
I've said it before, but as much as I hate the guy, it's just like it is refreshing seeing a president just be like, "No, I want to do it, so I'm doing it."
yeah.
You know, usually they get in office and it's just like, I'd love to, I just can't.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that I guess he just doesn't care about inflation, because, yeah, that's the whole point of the interest rates being up, is to combat this inflation that is still persisting. And Jay Powell, as he was asked, I think at the last Fed presser, whether or not he would bow to the whims of Donald Trump, made it clear that no, we are an independent. We are an independent body, and we're not going to listen to the whims of Donald Trump.
Yeah, we'll see. There's
We'll see.
there's not a lot of people who are holding strong. So far, we've got maybe that pastor at the inauguration, and
Oh yeah,
quite possibly Jay Powell. But we'll see
my prediction:
if he bends.
we're probably going to spike and rally even more next week, because I would lean toward a rally or just kind of sideways action, because as the saying goes, fuck your puts, fuck your calls. Jay Powell's got you by the balls.
Yeah. Hey, it's
Yeah.
Friday night. I'm hoping to get a little sideways action tonight, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. I hope you do too. Not me, because I'm single. Yeah, the sideways action I'm gonna have is just me alone in my bed. Yeah. But that's cool. That's cool too. Yeah, I think I think it's probably going to go against the puts that I have, because that's what I've got for next week. But I've got some further out ones for March. Anyway, we also had a big bunch of shit happen in the world of crypto. Ross Ulbricht was freed. He was sentenced to life in prison like twice, two life sentences plus like 40 years, which just seems really insulting. To add insult to injury, as they say.
Did you see? I don't know if it was like a crypto company gave him a coin, but they donated
Kraken.
and
Kraken gave him.
$111,000 and $111.
Yeah. I
Is
don't
that
know.
like some kind of?
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't get it either.
okay.
But like, Kraken, what are you, cheap? Give him $1 million.
I'm like, what is the significance of $111,111?
I have no idea. It's
Okay.
cool. I don't know. It looks cool.
You know, it'd be cooler. $999,999.
Yeah, $999. Which to me in my head is more than 1 million. 999,999. Because it's 6 nines versus 1 followed by a bunch of zeros.
Yeah, but it's 6 digits compared to
7 digits? Yeah. Fuck, you're right. God, I'm
You
such
just
an
got
idiot.
fucked.
Yeah, I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry. A friend of mine recently asked me because I bought the Trump coin. I made a lot of money on the Trump coin. Am I happy about it? I don't know how to feel about it. My mom asked me how I feel about it, and I yelled at her, and then I hung up on her.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
Don't
like
ask
that.
me questions like that, Mom. You're supposed to be on my team. I didn't do that. I didn't yell at her.
You confused him.
You confused me. There was this Vine coin launched by the one of the co-creators of Vine.
Dude, this guy's pissing me off.
It's pissing me off too. It's fucking gross.
Have you seen the chart he's posting
Yeah.
where he's got like the Vine?
Yeah, the V and swooping up. Yeah, remembering all the fun we had building Vine. Let's relive the magic and do it for the hashtag Vinecoin. Dude, suck my ass. What are you doing, Russ? And this guy, he also built HQ Trivia.
Right.
And I guess
Didn't the other founder kill himself?
he died of a heroin overdose.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the 3, because there's Russ, Dom, and the third guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
scroll
scroll
through it a
down
little
because
bit.
he's got. Yeah. So this is just so.
Dude, what is he pumping
Go
this for?
fuck yourself.
It's gross. It's pathetic. And let's go to the.
He's like, that dip right there. That's just the old Vine dipperoonie, and then we're shooting straight up to $1 billion.
Yeah, I'm tired of this whole.
Christ almighty.
Just let Vine died like 7 years ago, dude. Let it fucking go. Who cares? It's gone. Accept it. But let's see the official
This
website.
is coming from a Vine star too.
Yeah. Let's look at the website and the mission here. We started Vine initially to try and bring people together and reveal what makes us all so special. We impacted culture. Millions of videos were posted. I am launching this coin to commemorate the beauty of togetherness and creation. I will not sell the dev tokens, and all profits will be donated to X,
Bro.
which has become a beacon for free. So wait a
The
second,
amount
dude.
of glazing in this.
You're gonna
like-
fucking give. You're just gonna you're gonna donate money to Elon Musk's X.
Jesus Christ.
I would at least take like, oh, we're gonna create a new version of this shit.
That's what I thought they were gonna do. They were
That's what I
like, you're
thought
basically
also.
funding this new platform. We're bringing it back. But when I was reading through, going, donated.
Yeah,
to
donate.
X.
Dude,
What
what are you
the
fucking
fuck?
doing, man? Tag hashtag Vinecoin with your favorite Vine videos. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
This is
I did buy some of it though,
because it's going to $1 billion.
Well, because I was like, fuck it, you never know. You know who notable dipshit Dave Portnoy wants to launch a meme.
Do
coin.
it, Dave.
Let's play this little clip of him being a moron. I mean, I really do appreciate his candor and his honesty. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Back and forth whether I should launch my own coin. I don't know how to do it. I'd have to find people really trustworthy. I'd only be doing it to make a shit ton of money for me, like to move me from $1 million to $1 billion. I know people would buy it. I don't want to go to jail, and I don't want to fuck people over. But if you say you're in it to make money and eventually you're going to take your money out of it, is that fucking people over? Like, I wouldn't do it all at once. I don't know. Part of me is like, Dave, you'd make $1 billion and then you go to jail and you'd be like, is it worth it? You're pretty rich right now. What do you need $1 billion? What's the difference between $1 million and $1 billion? Unless it's like 20 billion. I can, other than buying a sports team, I don't need more money. Unless I can get into like, oh, I can buy a sports team, then maybe you risk going to jail.
All right. Well, folks.
Wait, can we keep playing that? I do find it just fascinating
All
watching
right,
it.
yeah, let's keep watching. What else does he have to say?
Because I'm not going to get into the sports team category unless I fuck around with shit coins, I don't think.
Wait, pause it real fast. He looks like a fish that made a wish to become a human. Keep playing it. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
He a big mouth bass who was like, you know.
Oh, I guess he doesn't have much more to say.
Say something. Come on, Davey.
Beautiful.
I'd be such a good sports owner. Oh,
Oh my God.
I
Jesus
just it's fascinating seeing a guy who's already very rich be like, do I need more?
It's also fascinating seeing a guy who's apparently got, he's got his finger on the pulse of certain elements of pop culture, but he's always so late to the game when it comes to the markets.
Dude, he even sold
He's
off a bunch
so
of his
late.
Bitcoin because he got confused when the Winklevoss twins. Dude, I'm not joking. He
When was
admitted
that?
he admitted it himself. He played the clip. The Winklevoss twins came on his stream or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, explain Bitcoin to me because I don't even get it. And he owned a bunch of Bitcoin at this point. And they were like explaining blockchain, all this fucking shit to him. And he was like, nah, this is ridiculous. Which, unfortunately, he was right and wrong at the same time.
Wait, so they were explaining it to him, and the
He
more they
sold a bu-
explained, the more he didn't like it.
Yeah, he was just like, this is nonsense.
I love that. Sometimes I oscillate between like that guy's okay to that guy's a total piece of shit.
I think it's
moron.
mostly he's a total piece
Yeah,
of shit
he's a total
moron.
piece of shit moron. Anyway, we don't need to talk. I guess Ivanka Trump got pissed off and said that she was victimized. She put a statement out on Twitter saying that let's see. It has come to my attention that a fake crypto coin called Ivanka Trump or hashtag Ivanka is being promoted without my consent or approval. To be clear, I have no involvement with this coin. This fake coin risks deceiving consumers and defrauding them of their hard-earned money and blah, blah, blah. But no word about her dad, the president of the United States, creating his own little coin.
Or her stepmom.
Or her stepmom, Melania. Yeah, so
Dude, if Hawk Tuah girl just held on for like a few months before she launched her meme coin,
oh, I know. Yeah.
this all would have been fine. My Hawk Tuah coin is live.
Jesus God.
Dude, we would have been on Doodlebug coin by now.
Yeah, God, Doodlebug.
My cousin Doodlebug.
Before we get to our interview, I just thought we'd talk a little bit about some actual stocks. I was very surprised to learn that DoorDash, of which I am embarrassingly a frequent user. Let's look at click all on the chart. I want to see where it stands at the bottom of the chart. It's not even back to all-time highs, but it is valued at a whopping $75 billion, which is very, very surprising to me. You know who absolutely dropped the ball? Grubhub.
No,
They used to be the fucking gold standard. They got absorbed. They got bought out by.
I think they're just like East Coast and.
No, I use Grubhub here.
Oh, weird.
But I use it just for pickup.
Maybe it's Seamless or something.
Oh, Seamless is what Caviar.
Well, I think they merged, and
Oh,
it's like the
okay.
same thing.
Same with Lyft. Lyft absolutely fucking gagged on it or choked
Why?
because they suck now. They used to be the cheap one, the better one, and Uber absolutely just crushed them.
But that was always Uber was cheap as well.
Yeah, it
The
used
thing
to
is,
be.
launch, get everyone on your platform.
Sure.
And then when you've like destroyed any taxi infrastructure or anything in the city you operate in, you go, all right, let's jack these rides up.
I just feel like Lyft used to at least be competitive, and they just fucking. I don't even have it on my phone anymore. It's just pathetic. Anytime I go on there, it's like 12 minutes till your car gets here. Sorry about that. Uber's like 2 minutes. We'll be there. Saddle up. Netflix.
They were also just late to the game. Uber came
Uber-
out
or
first.
Lyft?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, DoorDash was kind of late to the game
And then
too.
Uber also bought everything up, right? They got
True.
Uber Eats and Postmates and all these things. So, dude, Uber, they would get me. I would buy like I never do DoorDash, Uber Eats, any of that stuff. But
Mhm.
when they merged, all of a sudden I'd be getting an Uber from the airport, and on the way home, they're like, "You want to order food? You're gonna
You
be
wanna
hungry.
order food, you
You're gonna
big
be
fat
hungry when you
bozo?"
get there." And you're like, "All right, fine, throw it on.
You want some spaghetti, you big fat
Throw
pig
it
bitch?
on. Yeah, I'll have some spaghetti. Wait
Whenever
when we
I
get home."
order, they're like, "Do you want the driver to stop somewhere? Do you want your slave to stop somewhere else? Do
Yeah.
you want your slave to pick you up some ice cream?" fucking pathetic. I gotta stop doing that. Netflix crushed their earnings. Nobody's surprised, but crybaby Bill Ackman, he lost out on $1.6 billion by selling his Netflix stock early.
The next Warren Buffett, ladies
The
and
next
gentlemen.
Warren Buffett, folks. Yeah, man, they generated a net gain of 18.9 million paid subscriptions. And I remember people were shitting all over the paid subscription model when they announced it. But, I mean, it just makes sense. Why? I would pay more. Do I know? Because I'm rich. I pay for the top tier. But, you know, brokies out there are going to be
Wait, what do you mean the paid subscription?
Because you can pay it for a lower tier, a lower.
You mean the ads?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
Sorry.
because it was always a paid subscription.
Fuck. See, my brain.
You're talking about the ad tier.
Yeah, my brain is turning to mush.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all these stocks that I've missed out on. Yeah, the
Dude, but it's very annoying. All
What?
of these companies have implemented it, and Amazon especially, because it was always just like sure, you know, I have Amazon Prime, so
yeah,
it's just connected. And then all of a sudden you put something on, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I didn't sign up for no.
Where did
fucking
these
ads.
fucking commercials come
Yeah.
from?
It's God, man. I
Just keep bringing my toothpaste in 6 hours for some goddamn reason. Dude, it's like I don't want to even. I don't even want to use Amazon. I use it because they fucking locked up the goddamn toothpaste at the pharmacy. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, fine. You forced my hand here. And then I'm like, it can come whenever. And they're like, no, it'll come in the middle of the night. When you wake up, it'll be on your
Yeah.
doorstep. And you're like, I don't want it that quickly.
Yeah, it gave me two options. It was like, do you want it delivered to? I got white strips for my teeth, and it was like, do you want it tomorrow between 4 and 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's like,
or
no-
tomorrow between 9 and 1 p.m. And I was like, Jesus, 4 and 8 a.m. You bet your ass. Wake them up. Wake them up. Get them to deliver my shit. Get out there. Hey, man, clock time's a
it's
wasted.
ridiculous.
I want a van to carry my shit to me. I can't be bothered going to the store, man. Fuck that shit. Did you see, you know, for as much money, I'm surprised that there's not more pushback, because the shit that they churn out is absolute pig slop. This new Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz movie is called Back in Action.
Oh,
It's
dude,
got
it's
a-
really good.
It's got a generous 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
But that's the thing. No
Nobody-
one, no
you
one
can-
cares. They just want something on in the background while they scroll their phone.
Yeah. Put Ryan Reynolds in a dozen more movies. Just do it. Just do it. I won't be able to tell the difference between any of them.
We're all little piggies who hate to leave the house, but we need some noise so we don't
Yeah.
feel bad. And why not Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx?
Yeah,
And they get
just-
paid millions of dollars, probably tens of millions of dollars.
I just want it now, you know? Let's see. All right. Do we have time to go over? I'll just real fast before we get to our thing. I had this stock, right? Huge shout out to QF. What's his username on Twitter?
Wow,
Real
this is
fast.
so weird. Someone took my old screen name that I talked about, used it, and then they said watching while driving.
Very good. QF Research, huge shout out to him. I've been talking to him in the DMs about this Hymax. I was in this fucking stock for thousands of shares in my IRA, tax free. I was on Peter Thiel mode, and I finally just capitulated last year. I was like, you know what? Fucking dead money. Even though it pays a dividend, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm out of this thing. And then it just absolutely fucking rockets in the last couple weeks. Or it started. It started toward the end of the year. It had a big bump in December, but then it just fuck. My one saving grace is that I've got a bunch of January 2026 $7 call options, so I'm really happy about that. But apparently, there's a chance. From what I understand, there's a good chance that they're going to be used along the supply chain in a big way with yeah, there's stock jumps as analysts tout potential NVIDIA to TSMC supply chain opportunities. So who knows? But that really, really pisses me off, man. And, you know, I also missed OKLO, the Sam Altman nuclear thing. I had a bunch of that, sold it too soon. Had a bunch of nanonuclear, sold that too soon. But I shorted them. I'm short them over the weekend.
I think you made the right decision.
Shorting them?
No, this is all going to come tumbling down when China AI reigns supreme.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our interview, shall we? We got Adeniyi. Am I pronouncing your last name right? Abiodun. Abiodun.
The second one was correct. Yeah, Abiodun.
Abiodun. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So welcome. So why don't you tell us who you are first for our audience?
Sure. Hey everyone, my name is Adeniyi Abiodun. I'm one of the co-founders of a company called Mist & Labs. We are the core contributor to a decentralized protocol called SUI, pronounced SUI like sweet, basically. We were formerly
name
at
anyway.
Facebook. It means
Yeah.
water, actually, in Japanese and Chinese as well. Actually, there are a number of languages actually that SUI has the same kind of translation to water, and it's meant to mean boundless, without restrictions, without any kind of limit. And which is why we're building the network we're building. Like, we believe networks have to have no limit, they have to have no restrictions. Our team came from Facebook, where we built Libra. We were the team behind Project Libra or Project DM before it got shut down by the US government. A lot of very experienced people building really cool stuff, and really excited about what we're doing.
Yeah, what was the whole deal there? Why did they shut down Libra? I remember that when it kind of started, it feels like they were almost too early.
Yeah.
Going into that whole thing, because that was what, 2019? I want to say 2020.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think there are two reasons that I would boil it down to. There's one thing where it's really scary that overnight that 3 billion people or 2 billion people on Facebook would have a bank account. So Facebook will end up becoming more powerful than most governments put together.
Whoa, yeah.
Separately, obviously, Facebook has had history with trust, US user data and things of the like. So I believe that was, of course, weaponized as a way to stop Facebook building it. Realistically, it wasn't just Facebook. There were actually a number of organizations involved. But I think it was very unfavorable at that time, especially when you mix that with the fact that there was going to be a basket of currencies that was defined by some number of private companies. That was a very scary position to be from a government perspective.
Why is that scary for the government that 2 billion people would suddenly be banked up? Don't they want people to be banked up? Or is it the fact that Facebook would suddenly be the biggest bank in the world?
Facebook will be
the rest?
they'll be the biggest bank in the world, is my view. That alone is scary. I mean, it's scary for me to think about it that way, but that was not the goal. The goal was really to just compress the costs in payments, because there are a lot of fee takers who just simply sift money off the network, and the fact that it costs 7% to send money home to your family is just insane. So we wanted to make sending money as easy as sending email, and reduce the costs and make it as close to zero as possible.
Interesting.
Wait, but so how is that different from some of these other tech companies like Apple Banking for example?
Apple Pay
well, yeah, but you can just quickly send and receive money through like iMessage now.
Yeah.
Is that much different than, because if I was on, I have a Facebook profile. I don't think I've checked it in years, so I'm probably counted in those numbers, but I probably wouldn't be considered as banking with Facebook, right?
Yeah. Well, the few problems with that, right? Apple devices are mostly owned by the rich, right? Not really everybody else. And then when you do these by closed protocols or closed networks, generally what happens is that network eventually becomes a siphoner of fees upon people. Today, they might say it's free, but in the future, they might decide to now levy very high fees and become a closed system. And then you're screwed for choice. The beauty of decentralized open platforms is the fact that it's open, it's very well defined, everyone can build upon it. You can't have a single person dominating the space. And it really gives consumers the best choice, which is really the goal of what we're trying to build. We couldn't see that vision realized at Facebook for obvious reasons, which is why we left, and we saw what everyone else was building, and we thought, okay, well, we know how to build a much better system. Let's build it the same way we know how to build search at Google, build it the same way we know how to scale infrastructure at Facebook, but do it with the same open principles and allow everyone to build on it for free.
Can you speak to I was reading something about the, oh God, it's not called the threesome. Excuse me, I'm not trying to be funny here, but it's like all cryptos face. You basically have to pick 2 of 3 things. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's scalability, security, and there's one that I'm missing.
So they talk about, I'm trying to remember, scale, It's the trilemma, the blockchain trilemma they call
Thank
it, right? That you have to pick one or two of the three. You can't have all three. The problem with that is that's false. There's no mathematical proof that that's a restriction or a limit. It's actually an excuse for people that can't build infrastructure that to just continually build bad infrastructure. There's no formal proof that that's something that's actually defined. So, which is one of the reasons as well. Like we've been hearing about this trilemma for a while we're at Facebook, and we just saw the infrastructure being built by others, and they're building it as though computer science has not moved around for 20 years. Like we've been advancing over and over again, and they're still building like we're in the 80s before we even had multi-threaded systems at scale, right? So that for us was like we were chomping at the bit to say, well, look, everyone's trying to build a platform for trading meme coins. What if we had a platform that actually made the internet better connected, namely every API in the world can talk to each other? Then you can build a much better internet that's fully decentralized that exists today. So yeah, that trilemma is false, doesn't really exist. It's what people in crypto talk about, but there's no mathematical or physical proof as to why that's a thing. But yeah,
So SUI's going for all three.
we're going for all three, absolutely. You can have
So,
them all.
Wow, suck it.
So we both kind of, excuse me, we both loosely understand what's behind crypto, like, but I still don't really understand and can wrap my head around practical daily use cases. And you just kind of touched on it by saying that it's connecting all the APIs from the internet. So number one, can you elaborate on what that means exactly? And number two,
Good
why would we
question.
do that?
Okay, good thing. Let me reverse your question and talk about why do we even need crypto in the first place? And then I'll go to the use cases, right? Because I think that's probably very important to build that basis. The first thing is, why do we even need a token? Like we already have stocks, we already have bonds, we already have ways to represent ownership in companies. And my rebuttal to that is, it's actually a better model than stock. And I'll tell you why. Especially if you're building, I'll probably caveat with, if you're building open source platforms, open systems that everybody wants to build on. And I'll give you an example, right? The internet is an open platform that everyone builds on. Like there's a clearly defined protocol we could all build in. It's bad that a single company can take control of the entire thing, right? So I'll give you SUI as an example. What is SUI? I believe SUI is one embodiment of a future where every open protocol in the world will have some form of a token that represents ownership or utility to use to pay for goods and services. So unlike, let's say for example, today you buy Apple stock, right? That's just Apple stock. What can you do with that stock? You can just borrow against it, you could sell it. It doesn't really connect you with the company in some way or the ecosystem in some way. Whereas if you're thinking about also Google, right? Google has the Google credits, Amazon has its AWS credits, which you use to pay for the services, but it's got no tie to the stock directly, right? You can buy the stock and never do anything with Google. It just really doesn't matter. Tokens are very different. So with SUI, for example, when you're buying SUI, you're buying a fixed ownership of a tokenized decentralized platform. So they're only ever going to be 10 billion that ever exists. You buying it is a bet in the ecosystem that's going to do really, really well. At the same time, if you want to use any service on the SUI platform, you are going to take those tokens you've purchased and give it back to the community. And in return, the community will give you products and services. So it's a full circular loop. It's actually tied to what you're really doing. I feel that's a much stronger alignment than just having some stock or a bond that's sitting away. In traditional form, SUI also has cash flow, right? Like if you stake SUI, you earn a yield and cash flow like a bond will pay you. You also know that you're never going to print any more in the future. It's not like they can print stocks out of thin air. It's actually computationally put on paper that you'll never have more. So as the SUI ecosystem grows, as more people use a platform, more people will take that SUI token and pay for goods and services. The next thing is that you asked is, what are the use cases that you could use this for? Like, that's a good question. I was saying as well that, look, the internet is actually very, very broken, very, very fragmented. When I'm Airbnb and I have a set of APIs that allow people to connect to Airbnb to rent rooms or pay. I am a travel agent or I run a travel service and I've got a list of all the airlines and I need people to integrate with me so that they can book their travel, but it's not connected to Airbnb in any way. It's not connected to the payment system in any way. Everything is not connected well on the internet today. We have to build, either we do a partnership deal with you to try and get us to work together, or we have some side agreement to allow us to communicate with one another. There isn't this protocol that gels all these amazing APIs in the world together that makes it a single thing that a user can use. So what SUI does is it allows you to take all your APIs that you have, if you're Airbnb, if you're Uber, if you're a travel agent, or if you're an airline, you put all your APIs, you put it onto a public ledger, and these APIs, anybody in the world can now build on top of these APIs and can take a number of these APIs and build a super app. No longer need to do a deal with one party or the other. Everyone in the world is now able to build. It's a buffet. And I think that is the way application development is going to go. There are an infinite number of APIs that you could use, and you can conjure them up and build any product and any service that you want in a very scalable and very cheap way. And that's how the internet is going to work in the future. It's not going to be these random services that are put together, by very flimsy wires, right? Now you have a protocol that lets you conjure up any API you want and do amazing tasks one by one. And that's what's really exciting. And that's what decentralization, and that's what these platforms were really promising. It's the fact that the internet is now what we call composable, that I can compose one API call with another. So at the same, someone can build a website where I pay for my travel, I pay for my airfare, I pay for my Uber, I book everything in one go, I get my insurance at the same time, and I'm earning a yield at the same time, and all in a single click of a button. The internet doesn't work like that, but with SUI and what people are building Web3, that is the world we want to imagine. It's going to be one that doesn't have single gatekeepers like Facebook or Google. It's going to simply be a more open world and open platform.
Got it. So if I understand you correctly, you're enabling it so that you can kind of condense all of these various products and services out there and make it so that it's a lot simpler, easier to use, and all in one place.
Absolutely. And anybody can build it now. Yeah.
I'm stealing that, and I'm going to build it. So I'm going to call it We.
So what what phase are we in right now? It's like that's a lot about kind of where we want to be. What phase are we in right now with everyone's talking about how we have the first crypto president.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of tweets about how it's the dawn of a new day, all these things. So what does it mean for regular people right now? What is their opportunity?
Yeah, like where along the timeline are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one has a crystal ball, but one thing I would say is the difference. There certainly is a shift now, right? Now you don't build in the fear when you're in the US. We are a US company, and not being able to launch our product first in the US is a bit disappointing. But now with this new administration, it's really going to open up the space for American companies to really build and invest in the crypto space. I mean, it's also at the same time bittersweet because we have this muddling of meme coins, which I think isn't the best embodiment of the tech that we're all trying to build. I think there are amazing use cases for meme coins for sure. Especially when you think about loyalty, community building, charities, you name it. But if we arc on just meme coins alone, it's almost undoing all the amazing work we're doing and trying to build these amazing systems as a whole. So really, really bullish. I think the fact that we have an administration that's pro-crypto, it's only going to accelerate the amount of real innovation. Now larger companies, well, first, banks can now custody crypto, which is amazing change, which wasn't possible before. And now investment companies and those who were previously shy about crypto can take a different look than what they had originally.
You mentioned something, and I've try as I might, I every couple weeks or every couple months, I try to understand what the hell it means to stake. And I know there's probably some crypto people out there just absolutely screaming at me, but can you explain what it means to stake your tokens? Like, I own some SUI. What is staking? Like, explain it to me like I'm a dumb 5-year-old.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll use the Google example. Right now, Google, I don't know if they pay dividend. Apple pays a dividend. They finally do now. It's horrible dividend, but it's a dividend nonetheless. So every year, what Apple does is they look at the balance sheet and they say, hey, we're going to split this amount and we're going to give it to our shareholders. Okay, but their shareholders aren't running an infrastructure. They're simply just holding the stock, right? And it's a way to keep them happy in holding the stock. In crypto, it's a bit different. So in crypto, what we do is every time a transaction is processed, or anytime some work is done, the network earns some fees. So when I send money to a friend or family, some fee is paid to use that network. And that amount of money or the amount of tokens is pulled up. And anybody that is either running infrastructure or is delegating their voting rights to say, let's say the network wants to vote on making changes, we want to make it faster, or we want to do a massive partnership with, Airbnb or whatever. They want to give that voting right, which you get in stocks, to the people who hold a token. In giving your right to, in voting or in providing one particular individual that you trust to delegate the voting on their behalf, you would get a share of the profits of the network or the share of a token. It's the same thing. There's a direct parallel there. Similarly, in a stock company, there are different types of shares. Some are voting rights, some are non-voting. In crypto, you can make them all voting. And as part of voting, and as part of providing a delegate, someone who you feel is going to make decisions in your best interest, you will get a share also in regards to what the network makes. And the ranges are actually quite good. Depends on what network you're on. On SUI, it's about 3% with no inflation. Some networks are 7% with inflation, which means they can print as many tokens as they want into the future. But that's really the crux of it, right? There's voting, there is revenue, there's revenue generated from a network, and overall that is shared with the network participants.
How is that paid out? Is that paid out in more SUI tokens?
It's paid out because the fees are generated in SUI tokens. The actual fees are also paid out in SUI tokens as well. It doesn't come out of thin air. It's literally just whatever is given in is also given out.
Yeah, maybe I'll stake mine. So you're the chief product officer. What are you like most excited about in terms of your roadmap, SUI's roadmap, the partnerships that you guys have? Like, what really differentiates you guys from other blockchain platforms?
Yeah, the difference between us and other blockchain platforms is first and foremost is we're building a global coordination layer for the internet. And that for us is a bigger TAM than just building a blockchain. A blockchain is interesting, but you can't do all the things you want to do with just a blockchain, which is insane, right? Like to think that you can fix the world's problem with a blockchain is just nonsensical. So what we're building is a global coordination layer. At Facebook, what we've realized is companies like Facebook and Google and all these companies don't decide overnight to just say we're going to be evil, right? What happens is because the internet is so messy, it's such a mess to make things work that you decide to just bring everything in-house. You will bring payments in-house, you bring user data in-house, you bring all these other ancillary things you need to do in-house because it's easier to coordinate internally than work with external agents, right? And over time, you just become evil, right? And that's just because of the internet, the way it's designed. So we believe, while we're at Facebook, we realize, oh my God, if you can build a system that allows people to coordinate across the internet in a frictionless way, that is a multi-trillion-dollar business. So blockchains are one way of doing that, but what SUI is an extension of that. It turns everything into these amazing public APIs that you can conjure with a single user transaction. That's a lot more powerful. That's a differentiation. So SUI doesn't have a maximum throughput or capacity. When you go to Google to use Google services, Google don't say, hey, sorry, we can only support 5 customers. After that, we're done, right? Google have figured out a way to allow you to add more allow them to add more machines to give you as much capacity as you need. It's called dynamic scaling. SUI is uniquely built that way. The more, if you have 50,000 people trading meme coins, you can add more machines to take on the traffic. If you have 100 million people who need to post things on Instagram or need to make a payment for or do remittance, the network can scale to take that on. Traditional blockchains just up the fee and make only the rich able to pay, and everyone else, well, you're screwed. Wait till the network gets less busy and then you pay again. It's almost like Uber priority fees, right? Like when Uber's busy, they just charge more, and then you're screwed and you just got to wait. If you can't afford it, well, guess what? You're tough luck, right? But SUI allows you to add more capacity and scale in regards to the demand of the network. That is what's really unique. And I'm very excited about the amazing builders on SUI. Like literally, Phantom Wallet is about to launch on SUI, which is a Solana-based wallet. We have also Backpack, which is another Solana trading engine that's going to be launching on SUI. It's an exchange, and they also have an amazing wallet as well. But overall, we've struck some amazing partnerships. We have also a gaming console that's launching on SUI. It's called the SUI Play 0x1. It's going to allow for the first time game studios to launch games without paying those exorbitant app store fees and fees that go to the app stores directly. We're talking about anywhere from like 8% to like 30% they're giving away. With a SUI Play device, it's free. You can launch games and not pay the ridiculous fees that are being generated by those stores directly. So the future of open platforms is what really gets me excited, because I believe if you open up the internet and allow anyone to build what they want with these open payment systems and open APIs, then you can capture trillions of dollars worth of value, not just meme trading and that what people get excited about today.
Interesting stuff. Trillions of dollars sounds pretty good to me as a billionaire. I'm always looking to make more myself. So, Adeniyi, we really appreciate you coming on. I've learned a lot. I've got a lot more learning to do, clearly, because I am still a certified moron.
But a
we-
bit less now.
a bit less now. So we really appreciate you coming on, and yeah, folks, go check out SUI and do yourself a favor. Learn. Why don't you learn something? Okay.
Thank you for having me on the show. Really had a
Yeah,
great
thanks
time.
for chatting with us.
So long.
Thanks all.
And folks, oh boy, let's see, what have we got wrapping up the next week's gonna be a huge week. We got the Fed and we got the Magnificent Seven.
I'm fed up.
Yeah, I'm fed up too. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. No holiday next week finally, because this week was a 4-day trading week. 5 out of the Magnificent Seven are reporting earnings next week. What have we got? We've got oh my God, so many. There's SoFi on Monday. Boeing's on Tuesday. Jesus Christ. You got Meta, you got Microsoft, Celestica's reporting. Oh boy, that's gonna be exciting. That's another one that I missed. Apple. Apple on Thursday after the close. So it's gonna be chaos, folks. But since I have a lot of puts, it's probably gonna go up.
It's a general rule.
Yeah. Care to comment?
We thank you for joining us. We love you all.
Yeah.
Thanks to SUI for sponsoring the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird times, but we'll be here with you,
Every step of the way.
riding the wave.
Talking shit.
Probably, eating shit. It'll be like thrashing above us. They'll have to send one of those jet skis with the weird little thing towed behind it to save us.
Yeah.
But we'll be here.
We'll be
riding-
here eating
ri-
shit right
riding-
alongside
yeah.
you. You know, you're gonna lose money on options, brother. I've been there. Yeah, I'm gonna be here talking shit about all of it. So tune in next week when we will hopefully be celebrating new all-time highs. And I'll be pulling out my hair because I'll have gotten squeezed out of Oklo and NNE, my shorts. I'm still short IonQ too, by the way. Fuck that company.
You heard
It's
it here
garbage.
first, folks.
It's garbage. If you're still long that, fight me. Find me. I dare you. Try to find me. Try to find me. I'm huge. What did I say? Anyway, that's a good place to end, right?
Yep.
All right, folks.
Have a
Thanks
great
for tuning in.
weekend.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time.
Bye.